So in this video, I'm going to talk about job security. Ever since graduating high school a few years ago, I've worked at low-end jobs like security, grocery store, factory, restaurants, any low-end job you could think of. And I'm just going to be clear right off the bat, I'm not bashing low-end jobs in any way. I'm just telling you the jobs that I worked at. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I had a comfy office job and I made 75 grand a year. In all honesty, I've never made more than 31 grand a year at any job I've ever had. So yeah, work and money have definitely been hard for me, but you know what? I'm trying my best to make it work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, who knows? So let's get down to job security. To me, job security was always a myth, like when you were working for somebody else, because at the end of the day, no matter how hard you work, there's always somebody willing to do your job for less pay. And from a company standpoint, why would they not try to save money on payroll so that they can keep more for themselves? That's just the society we live in. Anyway, one thing I realized is that you have to have a skill. At all my low-end jobs, anybody could have done what I did. So I didn't separate myself from the crowd in any way. When you have a skill, such as video editing, someone that's never edited a video before can't do your job. But when your job is to stock shelves, anybody can do that. So, you have to take the time to invest in yourself and, learn something. This could be anything. You could be a writer, somebody that fixes things, anything. But it doesn't necessarily help to be somebody that does everything, like a jack of all trades and a master of none. Being more knowledgeable in one thing will help you stand out from the whole, sea of other people. One very big thing I want to talk about is making sure that your job can't be taken by robots. This has become a thing in the past couple of years due to the innovation of like self-driving cars and trucks and, stuff like that. Automation, basically. So Tesla's coming out with the semi-truck within the next 2 years. And although I'm pretty sure it won't have full self-driving, in my opinion, it's just a matter of time until most, if not all, cars on the road are self-driving. I mean, the technology just isn't there yet for full self-driving, but think 5 to 10 years in the future. Most cars nowadays have some type of assisted driving, so it's only going to get developed even more. We've already seen this implemented at places like McDonald's, where they have those little ordering kiosks and you can go and you could customize your meal, and everything on there. Then you just pay with your card, you just tap your card and you go and wait for your food and you don't even have to interact with anyone. One thing I hate to say, and I truly hate to say it, is that you have to know people. Every job I've had so far has come from knowing someone. I don't think I've ever gotten a job just by applying for it and getting it. I'm pretty sure I haven't. It's always been from knowing somebody that either works there or they know someone that does something there or, something along those lines. So if you're having a hard time finding one, ask your mom, your dad, your uncle, your friend, or, whoever you can, because in my experience, that's where the jobs are going now. They're going to people who know somebody, not just people that have no affiliation with the company. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't apply for jobs without knowing anyone. You can still do that. But in my experience, it's probably beneficial to know somebody also. One of the most important things is that you should work towards financial freedom. I'd say about 80% of the world worries about their job and money, and those basically go hand in hand. But when you have a job, most people assume that they have job security, right? You get paid every week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, and then you fall into almost like a dreamlike state. You check your bank account every Thursday to make sure the money went in, and it's like you're on autopilot. You thought you had job security, so you didn't prepare for the worst situation. But now, imagine your boss told you that they had to let you go because of budget cuts. You'd probably worry, right? How are you going to pay for your $4 lattes every day? How are you going to pay for your $12 margarita on Friday that you used to go to Friday night to complain about your job? How are you going to pay rent? But now, imagine if you had 6 to 12 months of expenses saved up so you didn't have to worry. Imagine you knew you had an emergency fund in your back pocket. You had a plan B. You had a card up your sleeve. You probably wouldn't be as worried, right? Having an emergency fund gives you a kind of a safety net that you could live off of while you're looking for a new job. But what an emergency fund can also do is allow you to pursue other interests. Say you're working a job that you don't like right now and you want to become a web developer, I don't know. With that safety net under you, you can scale down your working hours to part-time to pursue web developing, or you can quit your job altogether and pursue it full-time because you know that you have those 6 to 12 months covered. The one thing you can basically always count on is to just get really good at what you do. Like my mom used to say that people can take your phone, your wallet, any tangible thing, but nobody can take what's in your head or your skills. No matter how bad my situation gets, I will always have the skills I have with my camera or any other camera and my ability to edit on Final Cut Pro. Like, just be really good at what you do, and if all else fails, you could fall back on those skills. Like, this could be misconstrued by somebody saying, okay, well, I'll just get really good at stocking shelves. But again, that's something that anybody and anyone in the world can do, like I stated before. You have to separate yourself from the crowd by learning a skill, and then you separate yourself even more from that smaller crowd by mastering a skill. For the record, I'm not trying to claim I'm a master of videography or Final Cut or anything like that. So that's it. Those are, in my opinion, keys to job security. Learn a skill, learn one that can't be taken by robots, know people, and work towards financial freedom. I'd also say that's the order of the importance to me. Really and truly, at the end of the day though, we can never really say our jobs are safe. Cuts happen, outsourcing happens, everything happens. The one thing that we can do is put ourselves in the best position in case of those things happening so that we're prepared in case they do. I mean, when all else fails, I guess you could put your life savings into some meme stock you saw on Wall Street Bets on Reddit and go from there. Don't actually do that. Just please be smart with your money. And as always, thanks for watching.